I'm here today with Professor Gary Lenhart, who's the author of 6 books of poetry, most recently The World in a Minute, and the author of 2 remarkable collections essays on American poets and American poetry. He teaches poetry and criticism and literature here at Dartmouth in the English department, as well as in the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies program. And I'm delighted to have this opportunity to talk with you about your essay on Whitman in the volume you authored entitled The Stamp of Class, which brings into the forefront what most critics and scholars have decided to make part of Whitman's background rather than a crucial dimension of his poetic consciousness. Gary, why do you think that so many critics and poets have decided to obscure, occult, to consign to the background what you have persuasively argued constitutes the deepest inspiration for Whitman's poetry? His class solidarity and his working class consciousness. Why do you think this has not been earmarked as crucial to an understanding of Whitman's poetry?
Well, I think, Whitman himself felt that, and he talks about this often, he felt that other writers were trying to be impressive, fancy, eloquent, elegant, and they lacked this sense of what he called fraternity or compassion for the common people, and in living in his family that he did, where people were going up the ladder and people going down the ladder all the time, he could see how how transient everything was, and that everything was in flux. And I think that was the motivating principle for Whitman, was this kind of democratic vision, as they call it, the democratic vistas, but this democratic vision that that one person is as good as another.
Yes.
Right? And he goes even further than that, and talks to an audience of people who may be desperate, and trying to say that that this is part of the Kelson of creation also. Right?